We rolling, guys. All right. Look at this. Look at this consistency that we've been having here. Okay. Episode number 7.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 7 of our podcast.
Loners Podcast, episode number 7.
We said it already twice.
Those were
Why'd you point?
the intro. I was going to put the intro after
is 7
that.
up there?
The intro is going to go after that.
Oh. Anyway. Hello. Thank you if you are still watching us ramble about
Things.
whatever's on our brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how'd you want to start this? Wow, I really love that.
Okay.
I really
no, it's just I was
insight.
getting into in the zone, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think something to talk about would be good is that we were talking about recently that we have been missing going on a trip because before COVID we would be going on a trip like at least once a year.
Okay, so this is how the day started. Okay. I woke up and I was prying my eyes open because I was exhausted. Okay. Why? I don't know. I think it's more mental than physical right now. And then I go and I kind of like start not complaining, but just going to Brian's room and I'm just like, yeah, I need like a vacation. And he's like, yeah. Like you say this all. He didn't say this, but like I can just tell.
I didn't
he
say
was
that.
thinking. I just said you didn't say
I know,
this.
but
I can just tell he was thinking like, yeah, don't we all? Like, whatever, you know? So, and then I was like, not like a vacation where I'm like, oh, I need to replenish and like, you know, like just have a break. For me, it's more like I need to step out of like my day-to-day life and have not like a mental reset, but lately I've been questioning like, who are you? Like, who is Linda, you know?
yeah.
And I feel like everyone around, not everyone, obviously I know it's not true consciously, but like parts of me when I see other people around me, I'm just like, God, they have like talents and they have like things that they have they have goals, they have talents, they have things that they're like have ambition towards. And then like I think about me and I'm just like, nothing that I truly love and want in my life, I can't really like turn it into a job. Like I don't have passion for many things. I just don't. You know?
Yeah.
You know this. You and I talk about this stuff like all the time. And it's kind of like one may think, well, you haven't tried everything yet. And you're right, I haven't tried everything yet, but not really many things spark my interest other than traveling.
Yeah.
And it's not like a escape for me. It's more just like I feel more connected when I'm exploring, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, experiencing other cultures.
Yeah, anything else, like when I'm learning something new, especially like about the world, it lights my fire, especially if it's like hands-on, like physically there, you know. But
yeah.
If it's like I have to go to a classroom or I have to like go to the same location for work every day, I can't, like my brain just can't adapt to that comfortably. I get bored so easily.
I think most humans in that situation feel that same way, but some of them are just able to
shut it up,
tell themselves to get used to it easier.
Well, I feel like that's what we're conditioned to do. Well, not everyone's gonna like what they're doing, but it's like, okay, that's great, but I don't want to fall into that category.
Yeah.
And you know, Brian you love to like make music and other things, but I just like when I see his passion for music, I'm like, I want that passion for something, you know? And I don't know. Like,
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with not knowing. Yeah. But I also think I know you deeply want to find what it is that sparks your passion.
Yeah. And
because I think a lot of people sometimes don't care to search for that.
Yeah, or they think you can't balance that and other things in your life. Like you can't, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think everyone has
Talent.
something inside of them that they, you know, could share, or something that just is special that they can do. Like, everyone has something inside of them that they're able to,
I
like,
think everyone
find
is
a passion.
capable of doing whatever they
Well,
want to
I
do.
think everyone has
for the most part.
has a deep passion that they, even if they don't know that it's there, I think everyone has that capability.
Of course, but you need passion to keep pushing you in the times where things aren't going your way.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you don't have that, like,
Yeah, I think it's just being able to, like, like, even if things are hard, even for like a few years or however long, but you still see the end goal because you know what you're going after.
absolutely.
I guess it makes it easier.
That would make it way easier. If I had something that I'm like, wow, like, I hate to use this quote, but like, I would do it for free.
Yeah.
Like,
but as long as, no matter how long it takes, you see the end goal, then it's like,
yeah, then I wouldn't be caring like about what it's bringing me other than like my fulfillment, like emotionally.
Because most of the time in the end, it will still bring something worthwhile.
Yeah. Which, you know, I have yet to do anything that I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I could do that every day. Like, other than traveling, like, that is it. Like, I feel like I need to get the hell away from like seeing the same things day to day.
Yeah.
From experiencing the same things day to day to somewhere where I'm like, I want to go on a vacation, but I want to like go with an intent, like set an intention before I go and say like, this is like pretty much like my mission while I'm gone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, these are the things I need to spiritually like
instill in myself,
try to figure out or connect with, you know, at least while I'm gone. Because, you know, when you're living your day-to-day life, it's so much easier to get distracted by like family, friends, your phone, work. Like, it's so easy to just get sidetracked and not have like that tunnel vision, like
focus.
Yeah. It's not. It fucking sucks. I don't know.
I mean, it's like, I think it's really good that you're very involved with your family, but I think sometimes it can be a little too involved.
No, I get what you're saying. It's
because that pulls you away from anything of maybe like that day might have had a spark in, but then like it'll pull you away from it.
He's basically saying that there are a few members of my family who like emotionally depend on me for things, and of course I want to be there for people, like especially if you're my family, and it sucks sometimes when you're like, this is draining me
mentally, and then that mentally turns into physical draining.
Oh, absolutely. My anxiety lately, like I woke up today with just panic anxiety. Like I was telling Brian this morning, I could feel it in my chest, I could feel it like here. Yeah. And it's not something, if you don't deal with it, God bless you, but if you don't deal with it, like it's not something it's not something someone could just explain and you can be like, I understand. Like it's bad. Like
sadly
it's crippling.
I think I've had like a anxiety attack, like a miniature one, like one time, but like I don't deal with it, so I don't really know how to say like, I understand how you're feeling, because I don't,
or how to help. But I would never wish this on you. So yes, you're right. There are times where I'm like, you just don't, like, Brian will try to help. He'll be like, oh, let me rub her back, let me do this, and I'm just like, no. It's not everything you think is gonna help me is not gonna help me.
It just makes it worse.
Sometimes worse, sometimes it just
doesn't do
is
anything.
Aggravating, because I'm just like, okay, it's stressful to know someone's trying to help you and they aren't helping you, and then you feel bad because you're like, you're not helping me. So just like, please fuck off. Yeah. But then that could easily hurt your feelings, you know? It's, I don't know, it's such a like testy feeling. It's just like, please get the fuck away. And it really sucks when you wake up with it. Like today I woke up with it. I'm way more chill now. I feel like I've just kind of adapted to this like baseline anxiety and baseline like depression, where, you know, not every day's bad, but my God, not every day's that bad, but not every day is good either. And I've noticed recently that I've noticed recently that I won't realize how good a day or a week has gone by for me, how great that day was or how great that week was, until I am hit harder with like depression. Anxiety is a little more easy for me to be like, oh, thank God, like I feel great today, like I don't feel anxious. But like sometimes with depression, like you don't feel it, you don't feel how good it was until it gets really bad. Then you're like, crap, like I was having a good week and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
And then when you're in it, you're just like, fuck, like how long is this gonna last? It feels like it's gonna last forever. I know I'm talking I know I'm talking to you about it, but I know you're thinking like, yeah, babe, sure.
No, I mean, I know. I don't really deal with anxiety, but every now, I mean, I think I deal with depression, but I think I have a bad habit of like
Toxic positivity.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, so like I'll just like kind of like in my own head cover it up whenever I'm feeling that like that way, but then it eventually it starts to build up too much to where
And it purges out of you?
It's too much, yeah, and then it all comes out at once,
Yeah.
which is not a good trait, but
It's not.
I think I just don't want to feel weak.
Yeah, and that's the stupidest thing you can say, because you were even telling me the other day that you feel weak when you have those moments, and I'm like, to me it's more weak to suppress it. Yeah. And I'm like, you're not being a macho man for anyone. If anything, you're just fooling yourself. And that doesn't mean that you have to every single day have like a pessimistic mindset. It just means like if you're feeling some way for a reason, feel it. Allow yourself to feel it, because it's only temporary and you're human. You can't keep putting a Band-Aid over like a gash that needs stitches, you know?
Yeah.
You can't. It's not. I don't know. Excuse me. How do we get here? How do we get? We got a little depressing, but like at the same time, I feel like there's people who could relate to this.
Yeah, if you relate, you know, and you have any things that help you out with like anxiety or other stuff, you know, just write it in the comments.
Yeah, I mean,
if you just want to talk about it.
Yeah, just vent away, please. We want to know all your problems. Give us comments.
We need comments.
Make us feel better. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
So, okay.
We were talking about vacation.
Yeah, we were also talking about some of our favorite vacations, and then some of the stuff that like has happened on our vacations.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't too good either, but they were still fun. I think. So we should run through like the list of vacations. So first we went to Cabo.
This was such a long time ago.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay,
so we went to Cabo.
When?
A long time ago.
20.
I don't know. A long time.
Like 15.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Hey, come on. We need markers.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, a long time ago. So we went to Cabo. It was our first vacation together.
We were both how old?
I don't know. 21.
I think 21. Yeah.
Something.
We just got fresh passports.
Yeah, and
so it's our first vacation together. Like not just international, even though Mexico's like right under us. It was like first vacation period.
Yeah, and then so we went to Cabo.
Where did we go?
Cabo.
Just kidding. You said it like 4 times.
Sorry. So we got really drunk over there.
Max.
We stayed at Tesoro. I think that was the place.
Yeah, it was like a resort out there. Yeah. So here's the thing. This is my first time out of the country. It was Mexico. Okay. Brian's gone a few times, but I don't know if you went to Cabo. I think maybe you went like once with your friend, you said.
No, we went to Cancun.
Okay. So we go, and first thing I'm like, fucking A, it's hot. Yes, you dumb bitch. Yes, it's hot. I didn't even cross my mind. But looking back, I'm just like, you're kind of stupid for not realizing that. It's fine. So we get there. It's extremely hot. And then we're like, oh, we need to get a... Look at Max.
I know. I was just noticing that too.
My baby, you're so cute. Okay. So we did we rent a car?
Yeah, we did.
And weren't they trying to tell us like we're not old enough or something?
Yeah, something like that. And then they wanted to charge a ton when we were dropping it off.
Yeah. So I think we got an Expedia deal. So the package deal. So you're getting the flight, the hotel,
We've used Expedia like every trip.
Yeah, Expedia comes through with
deals.
The points. Yeah. So we're like, okay, great. Then they tried to basically double. We're like, yeah, it's great. And then we're like, yeah, the car company that we booked through Expedia, they try to like double our price because
something about being a certain age with the insurance,
which I don't get because it's Mexico. Like you can drink at 18. You can't rent a car.
You can drink younger than 18.
I know, babe. Wait, what is the drinking age?
I don't even think they fucking have one.
No, I think it's 18.
Something.
Anyway,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's 18 in Mexico. I could be totally wrong.
I forgot. I don't even know how much they enforce it though.
Obviously, we were way older. We were like 21, but I don't think we were able to actually rent a car yet. I think you still have to be 25 or some age over there. So we couldn't, and then they ended up charging us like twice as much for this. And we're like, okay, this is BS, but fine. And we're young. Like, we were pretty young going. Maybe we were only 20. I don't know.
I don't remember.
So we went. We went. Jesus. That was loud. So we get to our resort. We're like, oh, this is fun. They give us a wristband. They're like, y'all got drinks by the pool. Whatever. It was 4th of July weekend, I remember.
It was?
Yeah, and I remember being like, we didn't even plan to be here during Independence Day. I remember it was Mexico. They started decorating with American flags everywhere, and I'm like, what are they doing? Our neighbors are outside. Like, I can tell they're looking at us. Like, there's these 3 old men.
No, they're not, babe. They're not.
Homeboy right there was looking right. Okay. Anyway, it's fine. So, babe, Max looks so suicidal right now. I get distracted so easily. Why are you going like this? He's like, I'm hiding from them. I thought they weren't looking at you.
I'm not hiding. Okay.
So we go.
So let's continue the story here.
Yes. So are you going to say about the bartender? Because Brian skips over so many details.
No, I don't.
He'll be like, yeah, so we went and we drank a lot.
And then I jump on to the next trip.
Oh, that was fun. Anyway. So we go to Cabo. That's where we were?
We went to Cabo.
We enjoy ourselves. There's this place called Captain Tony's there. I don't know if it's
the
there.
ahi tuna.
So delicious. They had the sashimi tuna, the ahi. Whatever they dressed it in, fucking amazing. So good. It was like umami. Oh my God, my mouth is watering. Okay.
It was really good.
It was so good. And I remember us being like, we're coming back here next year to come eat here.
Yeah.
And then we haven't been back since.
Then there was... Or sorry.
No,
so
go for it.
We would go to a bar all the time there, and I was talking... I was talking in English the whole time to the bartender.
You were just talking in English? You were speaking English. Who says that? Who says I was talking in English?
Who cares? It's the same thing.
I've never heard anyone say that except like a child. Like, I was talking.
Why you gotta put the accent on it too? Anyway, so I was speaking in English. And then like on the last day that we're there, we go back to the bar. And I start talking to the guy in Spanish, and he got so mad. Okay, but
the bartender that he was talking to, you gotta get an order.
What
The bartender who he was talking to is the same bartender who we had like almost every day there.
Yeah.
Right. So you didn't say that.
That's what I was saying. I was talking to the bartender every day in English, talking in English.
I love you.
And then on the last day, I started speaking Spanish to him, and he just was like, "What?" He's like, "You speak Spanish?" and all this stuff, and I'm like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Why didn't you do that before?" Yeah. And then he gave us like some free drinks and stuff, and then we got way too drunk.
We got so drunk. Here's the thing. I have a flask. It looks like a film camera, even though if you really look at it, you could tell it's a flask. So it has like a strap for like almost like a purse. So then the top part where you would take the picture is like unscrews, you can fill it up. So I was walking around Mexico with like Jameson inside. We keep looking over there. I think we're looking at you. Okay. So I filled it up with like whiskey. So I'm like, okay, like this would just be like my just in case I can't. God, I sound like an alcoholic. Just in case I can't get to a drink quick enough.
Oh, whatever.
No, we're in Mexico. We're trying to have fun. Okay. So I'm like, should I be AA? No, I'm kidding. I'm not. Why are you looking at me?
Just go. Keep telling the story. You keep jumping off.
Why do I get so distracted? Yes. So I carried that and we went out to this bar after, right? Same spot we've been going to every night. And I like put it down while we were hanging out drinking. And the bartender, the same guy, he's like, what's that? And I'm like, it's a camera. And then I was like kind of drunk at this point, not super drunk, but. And then he's like, oh, it's a camera? And I said, yeah. And then he was like, okay, sure. And then he's like, what's inside of it? I said, oh, there's like whiskey, whatever. And then he's like, ha, like I got you, like whatever. He didn't care. He thought it was funny. And then I said, okay, how about this? I'll trade you a shot for a shot. So he let me pour him whatever was in my fucking flask. And then he gave me a shot of whatever I wanted. And we just traded. It was obviously he didn't care for it. It was just like a funny like engagement type thing. And then that happened. And then do you remember what shots we kept getting? The
rainbow shots?
Yeah. I think I still have a picture of it. If I do, I'll answer it.
I kind of remember we had a video of it.
Yeah, they were so pretty. Like he made us, I think he gave us a couple free rounds of like the rainbow shots.
Yeah.
Looking back, how much we drank, like we're stupid. Like we literally we could have gotten robbed. We could have gotten kidnapped.
Yeah.
Like, a lot could have happened. And that guy, like, if he was a jerk, he could have really set us up. And I know this is me watching too many movies and being stereotypical.
No, I mean, it happens.
But I'm not saying because of Mexico. Like, this could have happened anywhere. Like, and when we got home, we were both like, yeah, we need to be careful.
Yeah.
We need to, like, really be aware more of our surroundings. We were just having fun. We were so happy to, like, finally, like, be on our own, like, go somewhere.
Yeah. And then what? Never mind.
Yeah, we're not going to say that.
I'll cut that out. Okay.
I don't care. Just I'm not about to say.
Why not? Okay, whatever.
How about this? You guys can get that story once we have 1 million people following us. Which
Okay,
is
yeah.
not gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. So after Cabo, we came back home, and then what was the next trip after Cabo? Was it Thailand?
Yeah, you surprised me with a trip to Thailand.
Yeah, I remember that.
I've been wanting to go for years, and then.
Yeah, and then so we went to Phuket, Thailand.
Phuket.
I'm just kidding.
That's not funny. That's rude.
It's not rude. It was a joke. They were saying over there.
Your face. You're like.
Anyway, we went to Phuket. I know it's not how you say it. It was a joke.
Brian got. Wait, we got to talk about that.
I got what?
Nothing. What happened to you when you got sick?
I got food poisoning.
Yeah, how'd you get food poisoning?
So there was we ate at like this fucking like it would look like an American Grill place. I don't even know why we ate there.
It didn't look like American.
It was.
Grill.
It was like an American Grill place.
American Grill is like burgers.
It was like that, wasn't it?
No.
I have a horrible memory for details.
It was like steak seafood.
Oh, whatever. So
it was really. It was cute. Like it was something you would see at like, I don't know, like a trendy restaurant in like Melrose or something. It was like, it was fairly nice. It wasn't like 5-star dining, but it was like trendy.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, stopped
so
there to eat.
And then I ordered a meat like medium rare.
We ordered filet mignon.
Yeah.
Skewer.
And
they literally
it got to the table and it looked like it was still super red. It was like not cooked like at all.
They gave us 3 filet mignons, okay, on a skewer. They gave us like this stand, and the skewer was like hanging from it, and they put 3 different filet mignons. I think there was like veggies or something in between, like a giant filet mignon skewer. So Brian says, "I want medium rare," right? Okay. We each take one of the pieces of steak because we're like, okay, like dig in, you know. I cut mine open, and mine looked fairly decent. I took a bite. You cut yours, and I looked at it, and you're like, even you said something.
I was like, it looks really rare.
You're like, that's not medium rare, but I don't want to send it back. And I said, then don't send it back, but don't eat that shit because that's raw inside. Yeah, so.
And I ate it.
And he ate it, and I said, and he tried to offer me a bite, and I said, hell no, I'm not eating that.
Yeah. So then we get back to the hotel.
Wait, hold on. Baby, you missed so much.
What?
Okay. Listen, I get the details.
I just remember like bullet points of stuff.
I know. So they're looking at us, like the waiters and stuff. They're looking at us like, oh, what's going on? You know, because they could tell there was something we were chatting about. And I go, I was like, babe, just tell them. Like, they're not gonna. This is in America. They're not gonna spit on our food, okay? I'm just kidding. Oh. But they were like, I was like, hey, like, we're really sorry. We don't like to send back food. Brian was a waiter at this time, so he felt for like wait staff, and very nicely, Brian's like, hey, I asked for medium rare. Like, do you think you could cook it a little more than this? And they're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, yes. Here, just give us the we'll fix it. So they're nice. They fixed it. And then whatever. It was fine after that. And you could tell they were very worried. They're like, great. Now they're not going to want to like come here again. Like they seemed like it felt bad. It seemed like they were like, oh, we fucked up. We blew the ball. But it's like, it really wasn't that big of a deal. Like we aren't those people who are going to go on Yelp and like.
Yeah. But they don't
and
know
go
that.
in.
But we also I shouldn't have eaten that.
You shouldn't have. And then just so we left them a really good tip because we felt bad.
Yeah.
That they felt bad, and then they got really happy about it.
And then I got fucked by food poisoning.
Then around 3 a.m. That night.
It was 3. I don't know. We went back to the hotel. Yeah, we went back to the hotel. Yeah. And then we like went to sleep or something for a bit.
Well, we enjoyed the rest of our day. We went back to the hotel. Yeah, we fell asleep, and then it was like.
And then later in the nighttime, my stomach just felt like, oh fuck, whatever. And then so I wake up at like, I think it was like midnight or 1 or 2 a.m.
It was at least.
It was midnight, 1 or 2 or 3 a.m. And then and then I wake up like I went to the restroom and threw up really bad and it hurt. And then I was coming out of both ends. And then I just like
Why?
it was like it would nonstop. And then if I drank any water, it was just like anything. If I drank anything,
yeah, I went around to the hotel and I was like, "Do you guys have like electrolyte? Like, I need electrolyte water." I went to like 3 different fucking like mini marts to be like, "Give me electrolyte powder."
like Gatorade or something.
Yeah, and they finally one of them had like some generic like powder, and I was like, "Well, here it is."
Yeah, and then the next day we went to a
Temple.
Yeah, and I had to sit in the car with our like
Uber, I guess, if you will.
yeah, it wasn't really a Uber, but it was just a driver that the hotel called. So I just sat in the car with him while Linda walked around the temple, and I was just like laying in the back of the car because I felt my stomach was still like healing. It was bad. I think that was the last day there.
Yeah, it was. Thank God it was.
What did we do the rest of the time in Thailand? We went to a night market. I remember the night market.
I'm trying to remember because we went ziplining.
Yeah, I remember that. Those guys were so cool.
Oh my God, they wanted Brian so bad.
Anyway,
they're like, give us your hotel key so we can come visit you.
God, no, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
So
he doesn't want to admit it. It's fine.
I noticed
Brian is a pretty
boy.
boy.
Men and the women in Asia like me.
Okay, so like I said, there you go. They think Brian's a cute little boy. I can't.
They say, "Oh, that Keanu Reeves."
They didn't say that.
I know. I'm kidding.
Your hair was short back then. I know. What did we do? We still have the flash drive that had the
Yeah, with ziplining.
We gotta watch that.
Oh, I yelled. Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry, guys. Is that where in Thailand? Is it where we went to the coffee plantations, or was that Bali?
Both.
We went in both, right? Both times. That's where I smoked.
No.
I smoked that cigarette that the lady rolled.
No, that was Bali. That wasn't Thailand.
This lady was like rolling up cigarettes for people. She's like, "Oh, you want a cigarette with your coffee?"
And then guess what he did after he smoked the cigarette?
I shit.
I thought you barfed.
No, I pooped.
Oh. He was like, "I don't feel good." I was like, "Yeah, what else is new? Every time you smoke a cigarette, you feel like crap after, and then you get surprised every time. You're like, why? Why did this happen to me?" Exactly. You have a pretty sensitive stomach for someone who doesn't have like a lot of allergies.
I guess that is in its own sense kind of like not an allergy, but like a
digestive issue.
My stomach does get pretty sensitive. I gotten food poisoning a lot of times.
You used to get
like once a year.
Sick all the time when I first met you. I'm like, Jesus, kid.
Yeah.
Like you're like a bubble boy.
I remember that. I remember getting food poisoning when we went to go eat. It was somewhere in Hollywood. I can't remember the place though.
I don't remember.
And it was when I had to go work with Mo. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And I had to like call out because of that. Yeah.
I don't remember you getting sick.
I got food poisoning. I had to go get an IV. I had a shaved head.
Don't remind me.
Anyway, yeah, she doesn't like it when I had the shaved head.
Does not look good. Our battery's dying.
No.
Do you want to go switch the battery?
Go ahead.
Wait, look. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. No, I'll do it. It's fine.
All right. Thanks, Linda.
Chivalry's dead.
Good. Yeah. So we were talking about how when I got food poisoning here, I got food poisoning in Thailand, and luckily I didn't get food poisoning in Italy or Bali, right? I don't remember. I don't think I did.
Surprisingly not, and you ate a lot of weird shit in Bali too.
Did I?
Yeah. And at the street market in Thailand, you ate some weird stuff, and you were fine. That was before you got,
Before I got what? That was before I got the food poisoning.
Yeah, and you were fine. Then
okay.
as soon as I remember us joking, being like, "Wow, you ate all this weird street food. You had no idea what it was, and you're fine." And then as soon as you eat a piece of steak.
Okay. So what else did we do in Thailand? I'm trying to think.
It was such a long time ago. I don't remember. It was like 5 years ago now.
Yeah. So night market, zip lining.
I don't remember.
Did we explore like beaches and stuff? Not the way we did in Bali, right?
I genuinely do not remember. Like, it's kind of sad.
So then we went to after.
Can you please sit up?
Oh, sorry.
You're getting a little too comfy. We're gonna have to start turning into the audio only, okay? This is not the get up. Sit up.
Hold on.
What I'm doing is the most lounge that should be happening right now.
Okay, there. Okay, this is like sitting up stuff. Okay,
He has his feet like lifted right now.
I'm having a nice conversation with Paul and the 3 other people watching. Okay. All right.
Love that. Okay.
So what? After Thailand, that's when we went to Italy with your brother, right? Yeah. So
We didn't go somewhere else after. Like
I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
We've taken like domestic trips after, but that's it.
Yeah. So after Thailand, we went with her brother and us to Italy. We stayed in Rome.
Yeah.
Which it was actually, looking back, I think it might have also been like the time that we went, because at the time we went, that was when like Trump, I think, had just gotten into office.
Yeah.
And I think other countries
they were looking at us like
those idiots. Trash. Yeah, exactly. And I think like if we would have gone before that or after that, they probably wouldn't have been so much of judging. But I don't know, because
I don't think a lot of Europeans like Americans anyway. And no, I'm not speaking for everyone in Europe, but I think certain cities, they're just like, they just assume Americans are like entitled, rich, annoying people.
Well, it's probably because that's what they see when certain tourists also go over there, and they probably do deal with those people too. So that's why they see that. Yeah,
I mean, when we were in Bali, there was a ton of Australians who I wanted to fucking punch in the face because they were being so rude and disruptive, and they pretty much were treating Bali like how stupid frat boys treat Mexico for spring break. Like that's how Australia, a lot of the Australians were.
I think it's also because of
how close it is.
It's
like their Mexico almost.
But it's also the location of Australia that it's close to Bali is called Darwin or something.
Okay.
And I think they're like they're different than the other parts of Australia.
You can say it, and they're annoying.
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
The difference is like, are you like that in Australia, or are you just like acting stupid because you're on vacation and you're just trying to like,
I don't know,
be a kid?
I like Australians, but I think it just depends where you're at.
I'm not saying I don't like Australians.
Because I'm sure like when I went with Michelle and we went to like Byron Bay and Gold Coast, the people there were really chill. It might be different in other spots. If you're from Australia, let me know where the chill people are, you know?
I don't know. I just know that.
But yeah, I know what you mean. They were super rowdy and annoying.
Yeah. It was really obnoxious.
Wait, oh yeah, and then okay, so let's go in order. So Italy. We went to Rome with her brother. We get there. That was a long ass flight too. Italy was really cool. It was beautiful. And like the food was amazing and the coffee was amazing. The coffee was really good. Like every morning we stayed at this small like little hotel. A small little hotel.
We stayed at a small hotel that was like 20 minutes outside
like a boutique
the city
or something, like a boutique, whatever, like right, so, a boutique hotel.
Yes.
And then we'd have to walk down into Rome a little bit, and then walk to a bus stop, and then take the bus down to like the center minutes. Of Rome. Yeah. Which was really cool, like riding along with the locals and everything.
It felt like we were in a local area versus like a city area.
Yeah. And we'd always get like a cappuccino in the morning right there in the corner. That was so good too. And we had a lot of coffee and a lot of legato.
Gelato. You fucking. You're stressing me out. I swear. You're either missing points or you're dragging it. There's no in between.
Hold on. I'm sure all these people are loving this story. Okay. So we had a lot of gelato and okay. So we went to Florence, Sorrento, and Pisa, yeah. And
Rome, obviously.
Amalfi.
Yeah, and Amalfi. Okay.
We actually hit a lot of spots in Italy. I know it's not that big, but we took the bullet train.
We just didn't go to like Sicily or Milan or Venice, but pretty much all the other big cities
I do want to hit Venice.
I do too, but this is around the time it was like starting to flood a lot.
Really?
And,
yeah, I remember seeing that.
I was like, nothing. No, we're good.
The bullet trains there are awesome. I wish we had something like that here.
So when we were there, the weather was absolutely insane. Like
It was just
it
really
was
hot.
beautiful. No.
Oh, but then that one time it started raining.
Brian remembers the cappuccinos and walking down the street, but he doesn't remember the chaotic thunderstorms. Like when I tell
I do.
it seemed like the Pope was trying to cleanse the city. Okay,
It started raining
it
down
was
like
beautiful.
instantly. It was so quick like
Think
that,
of-
and just like
think of the perfect sunny California day most of the time, and then all of a sudden it's just like pouring rain, thunder, storming, like wind, like it was trying to flush some energy out of there. It was
Yeah.
cleansing that damn city.
and we got caught right in an alleyway.
Yeah,
We
there
did, yeah.
You would just see people scattering. They like one time we were in a church for like half an hour, just like waiting for the rain to stop.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
I
as soon as you
remember.
heard the thunder, you were like, everyone was like, run, find a place to hide. Also, by the way, things are just popping in my head, so I'm gonna like word vomit.
That's happening to me too right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff I forget until we talk about it. But there's this famous sandwich shop. I don't remember the name. My brother dragged us when we were. Was it Florence?
It was in Florence, yeah, and then the
He
guy just
dragged
ended
us.
up being a total dick.
Yeah, we're such a. My brother's such a foodie. Like, he watches every show on the Food Channel, and it's like, we have to go here because so and so was there on this show, and they have the best of this.
I
they
think
have
he
the
saw
best
someone
that.
that he follows on like Instagram that went there or something.
This one was he watched like a food.
That sandwich place.
Yeah. So he went, or we went, and he would not shut up about this place. And the concept and the ingredients they had were amazing, but the fucking bread, when I tell you the focaccia was literally a piece of wood. Like
Yeah.
it was hard
It
as a
hurt
rock.
to bite into it.
I couldn't even chew it. It hurt so bad.
Yeah. It didn't help too that when Christian or when her
Aw.
brother was like asking, like
The
he
guy.
was trying to like see what he
He's
wanted.
like, what is that?
And the guy just started like yelling.
He was just being he was trying to show his dominance, like, yeah, look at these stupid tourists. The guy in front of us was also American, and he was getting a sandwich and he wanted ricotta cheese, and the guy's like, oh, what do you want? And he's like, oh, can I have ricotta? And then he's like, ricotta, it's ricotta, like the way he said it. And it's just like, dude, you work in a tourist area, you're serving tourists 9 out of 10 times. Shut the F up. You know people aren't going to say it the exact way it's supposed to be said. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can just tell he was like,
He was just being a dick.
yeah. And I think some of the coworkers were even kind of like
What
here,
the fuck?
like, here he goes again. You
Yeah.
know? And you can just tell like this guy was just
Unhappy.
and yeah, a pretty miserable person.
But yeah, I felt bad because Christian was like so looking forward to
Yeah.
it. But then we ended up like getting.
And my brother,
got,
he
like,
was being. What did he say to him? Wasn't he like, trying to act like he didn't hear him or something?
Yeah, it was just weird. I can't remember exactly, but he would just like yell and then just be like, like.
Yeah, and it was just like, shut up.
Yeah,
like,
it was weird. It was weird. And then
like-
we finally got our food and it was horrible.
Not
The
to
bread was
mention-
horrible.
Not to mention, the line was so long.
Yeah.
Just to get up there. So like, you know, my
Yeah.
brother wanted to go. Of course, I'm gonna wait. It's not like I have anything else to do, and I felt bad. Like we came here just so he could try this, and my brother liked it. He said it was really nice, and I'm just like, dude, stop letting people walk all over you. But two, like, not just because you hear about it in a thing doesn't mean that it's like, if people are gonna treat you like shit, it's not worth your money.
Yeah, to
you
give
know?
them your money. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Florence too was nice. I really liked like the city vibe
It was
mixed
pretty.
with like these really old buildings.
town,
yeah,
yeah.
it was nice. That was the only bad experience I think of Florence.
It wasn't even bad. It was just kind of like
Annoying.
uncomfortable and stupid and unnecessary.
Yeah, it was super unnecessary.
Yeah.
The rest of the time we were in Italy, I feel like we didn't have super bad experiences with the
No.
people there. Everyone actually seemed to be okay,
No,
not
just
too bad.
A handful of people here and there were just kind of like
Rude a little
grumpy.
bit. Yeah.
Like it was like, okay, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
sorry you hate like where you work or where you're
I think
at, you know?
I don't know. It might have been also because when they heard us talk,
They're like, oh, they're English.
oh, American, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Maybe that's just us like assuming that. Who
Yeah, I
knows?
don't know. And then what? So Florence and then Sorrento. Sorrento was cool. We went there twice.
Yeah, we took a metro.
Why did we go back the second time?
I forgot. We went the first time. We're like, okay, we didn't experience this enough. So like,
I feel like we went back for something specific.
like we saw something we wanted to do, and then we went back. I forgot what. I think it was like the shopping or the beach. I think
Something.
the beach. I think it was a beach.
Yeah, and then it ended up it was just rocks everywhere.
The Sorrento beach wasn't bad, I don't think. It wasn't nearly.
But it was rocks. It wasn't sand.
Yeah, you're right.
We looked. We
Yeah,
tried to
you're
find a
right.
sand beach and we couldn't there. I guess they're in a specific
And then they want to charge you
location.
$20
Yeah,
to
to
like
sit on
to
the
literally
rocks.
exist. Like
it was
that's
packed
it.
too.
Yeah, that's where we went to the beach and yeah,
Yeah.
and there was too many people.
Yeah, and it was just rocks. And then we tried to go into one spot and they're like, no, only locals.
And the Amalfi too. It was like
Oh yeah.
super packed.
Yeah.
$20 just to sit under an umbrella. $20 a person.
Yeah. Sorrento. Oh, and then we also
So
we
dumb.
did a tour in Pompeii. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I went to Pompeii.
Yeah.
That was funny. What was it called?
The whorehouse.
The whorehouse. What was
Yeah.
it called?
I don't know, but there was a
an
dick.
L.
There was a dick engraved in the ground.
Yeah, someone. There was a.
Back in the olden
there was
days.
a brothel, so people would know where the brothel was. They like engraved like
A penis in the ground.
on the ground.
That's so fucking awesome.
And it was just like funny because like out of all the things everything that got like destroyed, that
That's still
penis and the brothel stood strong.
Yeah.
The pictures in the brothel of like sex positions, because a lot of foreigners would pass through, so they didn't speak
Yeah.
Italian, not all of them, so they would just point to the sex positions that they wanted on the wall.
Yeah.
That's so funny to think about.
I know.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Okay, so we did Pompeii. The way to get to Sorrento was pretty cool. Remember we got lost on one of the times going there, like because we got off of the wrong train or whatever,
Yeah.
and we had to stand there and we were like, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
That one was a long trip. It would take us like 3 hours to get down to Sorrento because we had to go from Rome to Napoli, and then Napoli, and then we'd get off and we'd get off of the.
I'm very shocked that you remember this, but you can
Did
barely
we
remember
got
our
off the
anniversary.
train? We got off the train.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had to take like a local train after that train
The
to
metro?
Naples. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
We
there
took the bullet train to like a metro.
in Naples,
Yeah.
and then from there we'd have to go take that all the way down to Sorrento. Right? I believe that one.
Yes, I believe you're right. Actually, for once.
Yeah, shut up.
But for something that happened that long ago, and
know.
that specific, like I'm actually pretty shocked that you
So
remember.
here's something that happened in Italy that was pretty funny.
Oh my god.
So we would take the bus from
our hotel.
like our hotel area down to the center of Rome or to like the train station, the bullet train station.
Yeah.
And we were taking it for free like every day
Well, why did we take it for free?
because no one was telling us you have to pay.
No. We knew in the beginning we need to go to like a liquor or mini mart type store
To get like
they
a bus
sell
card.
like a bus ticket. Like
Mhm.
when you go to like a parking garage and they give you a ticket, it's kind of like that. So we knew that, and we knew that it would most likely last like a day. Like I believe it was around that, like a day ticket. Okay, but there was this couple that was also staying at the hotel that we were, and we saw them around town so many times.
They were the English couple, right?
I thought they were French.
Pretty sure they were English.
The short girl and the guy?
Yeah.
Whatever. They're foreign, obviously. So they were staying at the same hotel. We kind of talked to them here and there, and then we kind of noticed like when we would see them get on the bus, as well as other people like locals and stuff, we would see them just get on the bus because you can get on in the back too. You know how in America the buses, at least in like LA, the buses they have like 2 doors.
Yeah.
But you're only supposed to enter through one, but you can exit through the back one. In Italy, they let you enter through the back one too. You just have to like be responsible and pay in the machine if you need to pay. So I would say 1 in every like 7-8 people actually were like putting their ticket through the machine. So we're like, wait,
Do we have to really even like do this?
like, is this optional?
Yeah. And then so I think for a good while we weren't
We weren't paying
at
because,
all. Yeah. And then like,
well,
but
can I explain why we weren't paying? Isn't because we're like, oh, we're cheap, because it wasn't expensive at all, but it was more like those mini marts and the places where you could buy a ticket wouldn't open until whenever the hell they felt like it, which is fine. But when we would want to leave in the morning, everything was closed.
yeah.
And it was like, we don't want to wait till like 11 or 12 to get a damn ticket. And we were under the impression that you'd have to buy it every day. Whereas later we found out you can buy like a 24-hour ticket or a 48-hour ticket. So we could in the evening buy one for tomorrow. We didn't know that. We thought you had to buy it that day. So
I just
like,
think we were also thinking it wasn't that big of a deal.
yeah, we were thinking, oh, they probably don't care. They're probably
Yeah.
not strict about it.
But
So, yeah.
one day we're going, It's when we were going to the train station or leaving from the train station.
Going to, because I remember right after we went inside
No,
the train station. We were going to the train station. I remember.
Are
that
you positive?
Positive.
So we rode the bus from.
Because they stood us at the train station.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if we were trying to get onto the bus to leave back though.
No.
So.
Because why would they care? We would have just come from a train. Why would they be saying something now?
I don't know.
No, for sure we were leaving.
So we took the.
we were getting off.
We took the bus
Sorry.
from
Hotel.
I guess wherever. Yeah, to the train station, and then as the doors open, it just felt like a undercover attack, like an undercover in cop. When they just swarm you,
like the DEA was coming in.
They were catching us with pounds of drugs and shit, and they come in and they swarm us in, and they're like, "You guys, sit down right now." And
no. Gosh, babe,
yeah, and they were like, they're like, bus tickets right now, bus tickets. They
busted in, like you said, yes, and they were like, everybody, whip out your tickets.
Yeah, but they came directly to us.
Then yes, you're right. Then they kind of glanced at everyone, and then they went right to us. You could tell that the bus driver called them on us.
Yeah, and then they're just like, okay, you haven't been paying, blah blah blah. You have to pay. This is a ticket because of that, whatever. They're like, they were making it like IDs. A huge deal.
Or they asked us for our passports. I didn't have mine on me. I had my state ID.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, wait, hold on. So then, me thinking I was sneaky, which so stupid. I had an old ticket. I had one I hadn't actually used yet, but it wasn't for that day. It was for 2 days prior. So I was like, oh, my bad. Here's my ticket, trying to pull a fast one. And they're like, that's expired. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. Sorry. I thought I could still, I thought that you buy them and use them whenever you feel like it, knowing damn well it's bullshit. So he's like, no, it doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. No, you're just gonna have to pay this ticket, whatever.
It was what, $60?
This thing was longer than a CVS receipt, okay, and it was wider and it had a whole bunch of Italian writing. We had to translate some of it to find the website.
It was $60 or something.
It was about $60 a person.
I was just like, why? There's no point in paying it. We're about to leave back to.
But here's the funny thing: my brother could have easily gone away without, he could have walked out. I don't think they would have given him a ticket until they found out he was with us.
Wow.
Because
I don't know.
You and I were sitting, and they came directly to us. My brother was standing in front of me, or in front of you actually, and how do I say this? My brother and I don't look like siblings.
No.
We don't even look like we're in the same ethnic group. Okay, so I think thought that he was a local.
Yeah.
And so they looked at us, whiteies over here, and I think that they were just these tourists. You know what I mean? Because they didn't even go near Christian until I was like.
They saw that he was with
until
us.
They saw we were interacting with him.
Yeah.
Then, and I was like, fuck. I didn't realize that till later. And then Brian, we get on the train finally. We get into the train station, we get on our train, and then you're like, we don't have to pay it. I'm not paying it. And I'm like, me being a little wuss, I'm like, no, we should.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works. What if we don't pay it?
I guess you just don't want it to carry over if you ever go back or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
because I remember I had luck when I was 15 and spring break back home. We lived by South Padre Island.
I remember you telling me this.
My friends and I.
This is in Texas.
In Texas, South Texas. Yeah. So my friends and I had vodka in water bottles, and we were walking.
How old were you?
15. We were walking on the beach. Whatever. And then so cops, they stop us and they're like, okay, what's inside the water bottles? And I'm just like, fuck. And I was like, vodka. And then they're all right. So we're gonna write you guys minor in possession. And my friend gave his identity, and I just made up an identity on the spot. I made up a name. I made up an address. I made up a social security number. Everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
The more you know. With Brian Solitaire.
I can't believe it worked. But the guy was like, "Where's your ID?" And I'm like,
"I'd be too much of a little."
I'm like, "I'm at the beach. Why would I have my ID on me?"
Yeah, I mean, and then you're not wrong.
It worked. So I was like, "Okay."
Excuse me.
But don't drink or do drugs, kids. Okay, so.
And don't lie to cops just because you're trying to get out of a ticket. That's stupid. Because it may work in your favor, but it might not have in someone else's hands.
Yeah. All right.
What do you mean,
So.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Continuing on. So then.
What?
Was that it in Italy? Was there anything else notable?
I don't remember. I feel like there's something we're forgetting.
Colosseum was cool. Italy was cool. It was a cool vibe. The place was beautiful. The architecture was amazing.
Yeah, we went to. What did we do in Sorrento? We went to the beach. Yeah.
It was mainly that. Amalfi had the best pizza. Best pizza was in Amalfi.
Yeah, it was beautiful too.
So then what? After Italy, then we went to Bali.
I don't remember. I really don't remember.
Pretty sure it was Bali after that. But Bali to me was so cool.
Okay, so we went to obviously Bali, like
Yeah.
you were saying 3 times. But part of our stay, maybe like, I don't know, a month before our trip, I see this thing, me being influenced easily on like Instagram, I think. And someone was at these islands called the Gili Islands. Okay. And
On that swing.
yeah, on some
Yeah.
and you know, at the time I was like, oh my god, that's so cute and trendy, blah 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 blah. Now I don't fall for that shit anymore, even though it was beautiful.
The beach was way dried up.
Okay, so can we go in order?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so I'm like, oh, where is this place? So whenever I see a beautiful place, I click on it and I zoom in on the map and I'm like, where is that this person is at? So I see, and it's like called Gili Trawangan. Yeah, Gili T for short. So I was like, okay, we need to go here one day. And I look and I'm like, wait, that's like near Bali, and we're going to Bali. So let's just see how much it would be to find a way from Bali to these islands, which are still considered Indonesia, right? So I look.
Oh yeah, Indonesia has like thousands of islands.
Yeah,
I
like
think.
tens of thousands. Yeah, I think like over 10,000 or something. So we're like, okay, let's see. And I do some research, and I'm like, okay, we need to take a boat. Like, there's not even a tiny airport to fly from Bali here. We have to take a boat. So we do that, and you still need to take your passport. Like, it wasn't an ID friendly type transfer, like from. And I think when we went to that dock to the boat, I think I thought I left my passport at the hotel.
I don't remember.
Like, I remember they pick you up from a shuttle from your hotel. Then they take you to this like docking area with a bunch of other people who are coming with you. And they're like, we need this, and this. And I think I remember being like, holy F, I left my passport at the hotel. I didn't think I needed it. And then I ended up having it. Whatever. So we sign in, we get our like, I think they give us like a badge saying we're with everyone. And then you get loaded on this boat. On the top of the boat, there were a few little like beds, right? So this is a 3-hour boat ride. So we get.
That's where we fell asleep on the top of the boat, and we forgot to put sunscreen on
because we didn't think we were gonna fall asleep. We both just kind of dozed off, and I woke up like 2 hours later.
We were so red.
I was a lobster.
That shit hurt so bad.
My Instagram still shows like I was just fucking red.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh. Wear sunscreen, kid. Yeah, so that was just not fun because
it hurt so bad.
Yeah, it was. Babe, I love you, and I know you got sunburnt too. But do you remember how bad mine was?
Yeah,
like mine was so effing bad.
It was
like,
so red. Yeah,
probably because I'm more white than you.
But at that, where was that we had like a small hotel that we stayed at.
Yeah.
And it had such a cool outdoor shower.
Yeah. So it was called Scallywags.
Yeah.
I 110% recommend because I think it wasn't more than like $50 a night.
It was super cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. And which is fairly cheap for what you're getting. Like, gosh, I wish I took more like videos and pictures. You get a nice like room, and behind your room was like, you walk to another door and you think like, oh, it's just a bathroom, which it was, but you're technically outside. Like you're now completely outside. You're still in a private setting. No one can see you. And then the shower is like there in the center, just like heaven. Okay.
It like cured her migraine.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. So.
Okay, wait.
Hold on. Did you talk about when we went snorkeling?
That wasn't at Gili, was it?
Yeah, it was.
It was?
So then the next day we took a little boat tour, a smaller boat, and I get headaches when I'm really hungry, when I'm dehydrated, obviously, sleep deprived, like anything inconvenient will give me a fucking headache. And it's really obnoxious, and it sucks. And we go on this boat tour, and they take you to the Gili Islands. There's 3 islands. We stayed on the main one, okay? But they take you island hopping to eat and to also snorkel. There's this artist. His name is Jason something. I forget his name. I follow him on Instagram, but he makes underwater sculptures. If you literally just Google search underwater sculptures,
and they
Jason
it's
something,
like a circle of statues.
Yeah. So this one part, and they're designed to. I wouldn't say they're designed for this, but the main purpose of them putting them underwater is to like promote coral growth. So it's supposed to become like one with the ecosystem down there. So they give you a chance to like go explore, go see, blah blah blah. Very spooky to look at, even though you know it's like man-made.
Yeah,
and
it does. It does look pretty. Yeah,
it's beautiful. So you go down there and you're snorkeling, and it was so like choppy, the waves, that you would look under you, like go down, look, have a moment, come back up. Not even 5 seconds later, you go down again, and the thing you thought was just under you is now like way over there, and you're just like, holy crap! Like you don't feel yourself moving until you look at a landmark, and you're like not near it anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think just the constant like pressure of going underwater over and over and like fighting the waves and not eating much, just kind of snacking up until later in the day really set me off. I had one of the worst headaches I've ever had in my life. I was almost puking. And then we get back to finally our
Scallywags.
And I was like, I'm going to take a shower. I love taking hot showers when I don't feel well. So did that. I wasted a lot of water because I took a shower for an hour, guys.
Yeah, but it cured it. Whatever.
My headache, it wasn't even just subsided a little. It was completely gone. Felt like a brand new bitch after that. And it was just amazing.
Yeah.
And
was it that boat trip where there was like an Asian couple and then you fell asleep on my arm and then she like passed out on my arm too?
Was it that
Do you
one?
remember that or no?
I think, was that on
and
top?
people were like laughing because both of you just fucking
Was that
fell
on the
asleep.
top, on the roof?
No. It was in the boat.
I remember it happening. I don't remember.
It might have been Thailand.
I don't remember. But yeah, that's cute. I think it was Thailand. I think it was.
Wait, was it Bali then that where we stopped on some other little island and then got lunch?
That's Fifi. So that was Thailand. I know what you're talking about.
No. I'm not talking about that.
Is it when the girl sold me the skirt, like the tapestry thing?
I can't remember.
Was there like a pool in front of us when we got food?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, so that was our stop. That was like we stopped at Gili Mino, I think it was called. That was one of the Gili Islands.
So yeah, that was part of that. That was Bali. Okay.
Whatever, it's fine. Because we took a small boat.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Island hopping.
Yeah.
Like we just sat on the edges.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it was that one. So yeah, so that was fun. And my favorite part and I know your favorite part probably was, other than the drum circle,
lobster.
No, that was in Bali. I'm talking about Gili Islands.
Oh.
Was the only means of transportation on this island was a bicycle.
Yeah.
You can rent a bike for like $2 a day, and you can like, majority of like the visitors are watching the sunset at this spot. I think it's literally called like Sunset Point or something. And it's just felt like a really awesome sense of community. Like everyone, I would say more than half the island would like ride their bikes to this spot, and everyone would just like kind of just be there.
Yeah, I remember that. And
the sun would go down. Oh, if I'm getting like chills because of how much I miss this. The sun would go down, and then it would be like a party now. Like it felt like, I don't want to say spring break because spring break gives me like
rowdy vibes.
Yeah, it wasn't rowdy.
This was just people like,
it was peaceful,
chilling. People were all drinking and stuff, but everyone was just like chilling.
People were smoking weed, like,
which is pretty funny because apparently in Indonesia smoking weed is like super illegal.
Fucked. Are we exposing? I feel like if you know, you know. I'm not gonna even say.
I doubt they're gonna be like, who are they talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like
they probably know about it too. But
we went in and smoked in like a circle with these guys that were like, they were playing music there and they were Indonesian and they looked like all like Bob Marley guys.
They sing so well.
They sounded just like Bob Marley and stuff. Like it was insane.
It was better than any type of cover I've heard of.
Yeah. But so that wasn't Gili towards the end of our Bali trip?
I think we had like a couple more days after. So yes, even though
because I wanted to talk about when we got there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fine.
Bali was cool. It was a little bit busy. Right? Like
we stayed in Kuta. That's the
the town we stayed in.
Yeah,
the area.
Walking distance to like everything we wanted to do.
Yeah, because that spot got a little. It was kind of busy, not like bad, but it was just like there was a lot of tourists and people walking around.
Yeah,
there were like malls.
It wasn't overwhelming though. It was like a fair amount.
So we also, yeah, it was right by the beach too. So we would just walk down by the beach, and these little like Indonesian boys came and like started talking to her while I was in the ocean. Yeah,
When I tell you the first day
that was funny.
we got there, I was like, let's go find the beach. And super quick walk, like maybe 15 minutes at most. We find the beach. I'm laying down tanning. Brian gets in the ocean because Brian is a Pisces, okay? And these three little boys all dressed in the same outfit.
It was like school clothes.
Yeah, they were wearing like a cute little polo, but like it was
like a uniform.
Yeah, they're all dressed the same. And I don't think they were older than like 9.
Yeah.
All three of them. One of them has an iPhone, or not even that. I think he has like an Android, right? He had a little phone, and he's like, one of them comes up and he goes, "Excuse me, like, can we interview you?" And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, y'all are just using that as an excuse to talk to me, but yes, sure. So it was the cutest thing ever, and I don't know where this shit ended up. I don't care either, because it's not like
it's probably just showing their friends and stuff.
Yeah, they probably like, look at this white girl we saw.
Yeah.
You know? So they come and they're like talking to me, and Brian kind of sees from a distance, but I think he could tell they were harmless. And they're like, "So, where are you from?" And I would like answer, and they'd be like,
yeah.
Anything I said, they would look at each other and be like,
wait, so Bali is
like,
where,
she knows how to talk.
That's where we went to.
It was so cute.
Nusa Penida.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's when we took that really.
Wait, I wasn't done with my story.
That's when we took that.
I'm still talking. Listen, these little kids would not stop talking and laughing and giggling with each other, like. It was the cutest thing ever. And then Brian, I think, finally like was like, all right, enough of this. So then he comes up and he's like makes his presence noticed. And then what did you say something to them? I think they were like, "Oh, can we interview you too?" And Brian's like, "No, I'm good."
Well, this is just like, no, we're trying to chill here.
He's like, "No, we're trying to enjoy our day, guys. Like, bye." But it was the cutest thing ever. I was just like so like.
No, I didn't. I wasn't mean.
You were not mean about it.
I was just saying like, no, like, sorry, like, we're just trying to chill.
Yeah, but I think they were like, "Oh my God, there's a little white girl talking to us."
Wait. One of the most memorable parts of that whole trip. What was the name? Was that the name of the beach that we had to hike down like
King.
Kalinking Beach.
Kalinking.
If you go to Bali, go there.
Balls.
We had to take a boat to that island, or how was it?
Yes. Yeah, we took a boat to, I can't remember what.
Nusa Penida was the island, I think.
Yeah, and we go and we have to like rent a car or something.
We got a driver to take us there.
Yeah, it was weird. It was almost like, okay, now that you're off the boat, figure out your way to
wherever you want to go.
Yeah. And 90% of people who go there aren't just going there to like hang out. They're going there to go to the specific
certain parts.
Lookout or or hike.
Yeah. So going down.
So you think they would have like some type of shuttle to take people, but it wasn't. It was very much like figure it out.
Yeah.
Find who's going to take you there.
The way to get down to Kalinking Beach, like, and I had flip-flops on, like sandals.
Sorry, can I preface something real quick? So if you ever see pictures of Bali and people are like Nusa Penida, or they say like
the Kalinking Beach,
I think they call it like T-Rex or dinosaur island.
Because it does look, it does look like that.
That is what we're talking about.
So I'm gonna try.
And you can go down to that beach.
I'm gonna try to get a picture and like throw it in here so you can see.
Yeah.
I'll try to do that, but going down, it was so sketchy going down because you're going like straight down this big rock.
And I was wearing sandals.
Yeah, both of us were, and just going down like this rock, and we only had little like bamboo things to hold on to on the way down. Like if you fall, you're fucked. But once we got down there, the beach was incredible, but the waves were incredibly strong because it was just in like a whirlpool of rocks.
Yeah.
So
I have never in my life seen waves like this.
They were so strong.
They weren't just like, like regular waves that go like this. These things like had their own formations. They would move sideways, this way, up that way, like
because they're coming off the rocks.
Yeah. And from a distance, you're like, wow, it's pretty, whatever. But once you're in front of it, you're like looking at it like it's up here, like it's down over there.
I got hit. Yeah, I went in and got hit by one of the waves and shit.
Yeah, and I was like, this is the one beach, Ryan, right, that we've ever been to where I'm like, you're not going swimming out. You are staying like
some local people too were saying that
people get swept away
every
all the
year.
time.
Yeah, tourists will get swept away out into the ocean because it's too strong, the current.
It's extreme. This is like I can feel that the water was alive. Like this is insane.
It was a monster.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So we at our hotel in Bali, we stayed right outside of this. I forget the name of the place.
Chills.
It's like they had like it was a really really popular
lobster.
seafood spot right outside of our hotel. So we went there like a bunch of times because for like $20 you would get like a lobster platter of such.
This wasn't like you're going to Red Lobster.
No, it
either.
was like quality lobster.
Like you get to
quality.
Okay, calm down.
I'm just kidding.
You get to like pick out the baby lobsters. This is so sad and morbid, but
it was so good.
There was like salt and pepper crispy shrimp. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It was like salt and pepper, lightly battered. I don't even know if they even battered it or they just kind of like dusted some flour. Okay. It was like perfection. Like everything was so clean, fresh, and like
so fresh
simple,
and so clean.
So simple. Like everything was just
was so good. The waiters, like the people that worked there, they saw us and they were like, "Oh, you're back."
They were like, "Yo, if we lived here,
we would be there every day. It was like $20.
It would be like $20 to $30 for like each of us to get like a couple drinks. I don't think we got like beer or anything.
I'm pretty sure I got beer.
We got like fried rice. We got like shrimp fried, also fried shrimp. We got lobster. I think we got like something small too. Like it was like maybe $30.
Yeah.
For both of us
Bali
together.
too was where we went.
So good.
We hiked up a volcano.
Yeah.
We did so we got picked up by these. They were pretty young. They were like looked like 16, 17-year-old kids, and they wanted to like hang out with me after. They're like, "Oh, come hang out with us." They would text me on WhatsApp.
Yeah. So our leader, they were super just like one with nature. Like
that little guy leading us.
This dude was barefoot. We did the volcano hike. We did it at like 4:00 in the morning so we can see the sunrise.
That was a whole day thing. I remember.
Yeah.
Because we went to those hot springs or whatever afterward. Gross.
But yeah, it was gross. But the volcano hike was, I would say it took us about an hour to get up there. I don't remember exactly.
I think a little bit longer.
There's different groups of guides taking people, so you're not like alone with like a couple people and that's it. Like you can see each group has like a light or two, and you can kind of see like sparingly there's people everywhere. So it was a lot because it wasn't like you were going up like a dirt hike. Like the gravel, you would take a step and you would sink like half of that step back down. So it felt like you were going like 2 steps forward, 1 back.
It was definitely a workout. And then there were monkeys on the top.
Yeah, at the top there were monkeys. I thought it was really cool because it was so beautiful at the top, and they bring you fresh coffee.
Yeah.
They boil eggs, and you want to know how do they boil the eggs, babe? How do they cook the eggs?
On the volcano?
Why are you questioning? Were you there or not?
I just don't remember that specific.
You don't remember? How do you not remember? That is one of the key things I remember. They take raw eggs and they put it on different hot spots on top of the volcano that are steaming, okay? And they leave the eggs there for, I want to say like maybe half an hour or so, because maybe a little longer. And then you take them off, and the steam from the volcano cooks the eggs. How do you not remember that?
I don't know.
Our guide got a little upset at us because we both kind of walked off, because once you get to the top, everyone's just kind of chilling, relaxing, taking it in.
We started walking around to other spots.
Yeah, people are taking photos. People are whipping out their drones, taking pics. Yeah. And we're like, okay, let's go explore more. Like, I don't want to just sit here with everyone. So we go behind, we explore more, blah, 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 blah. And then there were certain spots where you can feel like the heat from the volcano. It was pretty fucking crazy. And then we take a couple photos at the very, very top where like not many people were. And then we're coming back down, and he's like, where were you guys? Like, we thought we lost you, like blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God, like, I'm sorry. And Brian's just like, see, babe, I told you we shouldn't have walked off.
I know.
Like, I know. But
of course, Linda.
But like there was like at least, I don't know, like
no, it
50,
was cool.
60 people up there. So I figured like, is it that big of a deal if we just like...
Yeah, he didn't really get that upset.
I think he was just worried. He was like, oh shit, did I just lose 2 people?
The other thing we did, we went to the monkey sanctuary was one. We did there. We did the forest. And then we did the rice fields where we did that swing.
Yeah, that's pretty common in Ubud.
Yeah. And then we also... we went to that temple...
Remember the elephants in Thailand?
No, I know. Wait. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Sorry, go.
We did a lot of stuff in Asia, but so...
I want to
this
move there
one
so bad.
French woman Remember? So
oh my god.
we had like an all day thing, and that was with Good Day, I think.
Yeah, I love this guy. I still quote this man till today, and this was like 3 or 4 years ago. He loves Brian, loves him. But yeah, everyone in Asia loves you.
Yep. That's why I wouldn't mind moving back there.
I want to.
So
what did you? So
what I was saying, it's like an all day thing, but you're able to share it with like, there was only one other person who did the same thing, like the package on TripAdvisor or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it's like you go to this specific temple where the floor looks like, it's like a mirage, but it looks like a mirror.
Heaven's Gates or heaven.
Yeah, when the sun hits the floor, it like is like a reflection, so it looks like glass or like a mirror.
Water almost,
yeah, like a water. So we pick her up, we go, and then she's part of like our whole thing too, and like Good Day is our driver. Yeah, Good Day is our driver. And we wait in line. We're waiting in line, and then what? You lost a ticket?
So this is what happens. When you get there, you have to
you have to get a ticket.
Yes, you have to get a ticket when you walk in. They give you like you're at the deli, okay? They're like, here's your number. When you get called, it's your chance to take photos, because they know if they just let everyone free fall it, not everyone who wants to get a pic is going to get one. So they have it very organized so that everyone just waits their turn and gets it.
It was pretty organized.
Yeah, it takes a while. I want to say there was a couple hundred people there just like waiting. So everyone's just like, get cozy because this is it. Whatever. So where everyone's kind of chatting, hanging out, blah, blah, blah. For some reason, we trusted the girl with the ticket, and you could tell she could not care less to be there. She barely spoke to us, and that's fine. Like we're not the most social people either, but yeah. So she had the ticket, and then we knew the number, and let's just say the number was like 146 or something. Okay, so we'd say, okay, so then did she approach us, or did she? I think she randomly was like, oh, like I can't find the ticket.
Yeah,
it was weird, and we're like, oh, like where have you been? Brian and I both walked out of there, got coffee, got a snack, came back. Like we were the only ones walking out of there. She sat in the same spot the entire time, just like, can we leave? Like that was the energy.
I think she expected us to just be like, oh, never mind, then we don't have to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what she wanted. Little did she know that the whole reason I bought the tour out of everything we got to do was for that spot. So I was like, okay, well, looks like we have to grab another ticket then. And so I grabbed another one, and it was probably like 40 people later. So it sucks because when they called the number that we originally were, no one said, hi, me, obviously, because it was us. And we couldn't be like, yeah, that's us, but we don't have the ticket to prove it. Which, in retrospect, I mean, maybe we could have been like, she lost it, but see if anyone else is going to call this number. See if anyone else is going to claim it. And they, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, it is what it is.
It was just super annoying because like Brian, who has, again, the heart of gold, who never thinks anyone does anything wrong. Even he was like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure she has it, or she threw it out.
On purpose. But so then we're like, okay, we'll wait. We'll grab another ticket and wait. And then so we waited another. She seemed
defeated after we said that. She was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. So we waited, and then we got that. And then then they gave us lunch.
Yeah, we went to this beautiful restaurant that had.
Wasn't there like a weird ass animal outside of that restaurant?
There was a bat.
That's what it was.
Yeah, there was a bat hanging.
It was
down.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
But the restaurant, the view was like
a volcano.
A huge, beautiful volcano.
Yeah.
This is also, we went on that hike too to that waterfall. Went down.
Oh yeah, that was part of that.
There's just so much.
There were those like German guys who were kind of assholes.
I don't remember.
They were like behind us.
But they had like the little heart thing you can like sit in and take a picture, and then like somebody was like, take a picture in there because they saw we were dating, and I was like, this is so cheesy, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I remember that. The water was cold.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's like the plate that Thomas got me.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh my God, I remember that. There were certain parts.
Here, I'm gonna show it here.
Ooh. That is from there, huh?
Yeah.
Why are you grabbing that?
I'm gonna show it.
That's from Hawaii, though.
It doesn't matter. I still want to show it.
Oh, okay.
So, can you hear me? My brother Thomas, he got this for Christmas for me. It's a plate. Stop. This is the waterfall.
Wait, you're not gonna be able to hear you.
Oh, sorry, my bad. This is the waterfall we're talking about, and that's me right there, standing there. He got this from Instagram. I had to go far enough out so you would think that no one else was there with me. And then he got us this puzzle that we can do ourselves, and I ended up putting Mod Podge on it. This is from Hawaii. Believe it or not, this was on a GoPro. They're like, we believe it. It looks like shit.
It was on my GoPro, yeah.
Honestly, in my opinion, probably the best gifts I've ever gotten. Shout out to Thomas, my brother, because these are so, like, if you know Brian and I, we love adventure. Like, we love getting outside. So
take the path less
traveled.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
I'm just kidding.
Because I think that's one of my dad's favorite poems. So that's really interesting. I think that's Robert Frost. Okay, hold this. Thanks, little brother. Okay.
But yeah.
Probably will never watch this.
Double micing it right here. Double micing it. But yeah, we're already like on a minute 15.
A minute or hour?
I mean, an hour 15. Sorry. So.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, because of the the Rona, the panini, we weren't able to like extend. You know what I mean? Brian and I try to make it a mission to go on an international trip every year, and we were doing so well for a few years in a row until. Yeah,
but I mean.
And then we decided last year we took a like almost we took like a 3-week long road trip in a van.
Yeah.
We stayed in this camper van for the first time. I grew up camping here and there with my dad's family, but
my family was not outdoors at all.
Yeah, my hair's all weird. But Brian has never like camped at all, and this was like dipping his toe in the water.
That was definitely, I could see that being like glamping or whatever.
For sure, it's glamping.
Kind of. I mean, you're in a van, but we have like a stove. We had a little fridge.
I mean, that was my first time ever in a van.
Yeah, that fridge got so cold. The almond creamer was like ice.
Frozen. So if you guys want to see anything of that, we documented as much as we could. We're still trying to like adjust to like speaking properly and acting natural on camera because, yeah, it's not as easy as you would think.
Yeah.
So we can link that channel down below. We haven't really been keeping up with it because life. But yeah, those are like some snippets from our.
Yeah, we can also do like a podcast episode talking about it, kind of like how we did right now with like the trips. But we can talk about that and just like where we went.
I regret so much. I always tell this to Brian, and I shouldn't regret anything. I so heavily regret not vlogging or documenting those trips. Yeah. Because it isn't until we talk about it that I start remembering things, and I'm like,
we did a lot of shit.
Yeah, whereas if we had just like videoed it.
But we also were just enjoying it too. Yeah, I know.
I don't think you have to choose between being present and documenting things for the future for yourself.
Well, our future trips, we shall record them all.
I agree. Finally, Brian agrees with me for once because he used to make fun of me.
I didn't make fun of you.
He used to be like, why? Why do you need it? Not everyone needs to see what's going on in your life. And I'm like, you're effing right, but it's for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Whatever. It's okay.
I'm just giving you shit. But
honestly,
anyway,
our world is so weird.
It is. I agree.
I'm starting to not feel like you have to do this by this age. You have to do this by this. You have to do this. And just start realizing that like everything is kind of on your own timeline as long as you're just working on your own stuff. It doesn't really matter.
I agree. And I do feel like it's ridiculous to constantly be like, when I was your age, I had this, and this. Because at this point,
everything was
like
so different.
In 20 years from now, I'm not going to expect like my niece's generation for her life to match up to our life. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different. It's like, and it's always changing. It's changing so fast nowadays too.
Yeah. Like the normal, whether we want to admit it or not, is changing every like 20 years, maybe even
less than
earlier,
that.
maybe even every decade.
Yeah.
Is really changing. So it's like,
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And circumstances are way different now than they were when our parents were kids and when our grandparents were kids.
Yeah.
Things are way different. So, yeah, I don't think we should be held to the same standards. It's kind of bullshit. So, if you're a boomer watching, take it easy on your kids and your grandshits.
Grandshits.
I cannot talk today.
Take it easy on your grandshits.
Those little grandshits.
All right. Well, I think we're getting to that point, guys.
We're getting delirious. Okay.
Yeah, this was a nice conversation.
Yep. Hopefully we didn't bore too many people. And if you haven't left the country, get the fuck out because...
Yeah, we're planning on doing so soon.
I feel like you really don't get to see how the rest of the world lives. Clearly, you don't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't truly see it until
I think
you
it
leave.
helps you mold into a better person when you see different cultures and different perspectives of life. Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
But yeah. All right, guys, I got to take a shower.
I think I'm going to say I'm going to take a little poop.
All right.
Probably both.
So this was episode number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Peace.
That's the 5 for 7.
All right. Bye, guys.
Ciao. Ciao time. Like food, but like ciao. Bye.